this up. I knew that this was doomed from the get-go. You thought that it was special, special, but it was just a sex door, and I still hear the echoes. I got a feeling that it's time to let it go, let it go. Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flag 'cause we can't let it go. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take a breath. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, maybe you don't understand what I'm going through. It's only me. What you got to lose? Make up your mind. Tell me, what are you gonna do? It's only me. Let it go. Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flag 'cause we can't let it go. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take a breath. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, run away.
你身上专属的陌生味道，是我确认你存在的目标。不用来回张望，我知道其实我们相隔着一个街角。这么久了，我还是可以看到、感觉得到你对我的重要。不会被天黑天亮打扰，你每一次的温柔我都想炫耀。我们绕了这么一圈才遇到，我比谁都更明白你的重要。这么久了，我就决定了，你的手我握了不会放掉。我们绕了这么一圈才遇到，我答应自己不再庸人自扰。因为我要的我自己知道，只要你的肩膀依然让我靠。你身上专属的陌生味道，是我确认你存在的目标。不用来回张望，我知道其实我们相隔着一个街角。这么久了，我还是可以看到、感觉得到你对我的重要。不会被天黑天亮打扰，你每一次的温柔我都想炫耀。我们绕了这么一圈才遇到，我比谁都更明白你的重要。这么久了，我就决定了，你的手我握了不会放掉。我们绕了这么一圈才遇到，我答应自己不再庸人自扰。因为我要的我自己知道，只要你的肩膀依然让我靠。这么久了，我就决定了，你的手我握了不会放掉。我们绕了这么一圈才遇到，我答应自己不再庸人自扰。因为我要的我自己知道，只要你的肩膀依然让我靠。
Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back to your data time lecture. Thank you for fulfilling my YouTuber dream. So today we have another lecture which is on the second part of chapter 3. So we'll finish up the chapter 3 by this lecture lah. Okay, so for those who just meet me this morning 8 o'clock, hello, we meet again. One day have to see me 2 times. Okay, right, we don't have to wait already lah, because I know this is a dinner time. So if you are here, that's really great. If you bring me with you to your dinner also, that's very great. So right now let's go to the slide. Now we'll continue with the previous slide. So there's actually one more slide that I have on the previous one that I haven't finished. So now I will go to the HTTP part. I used 10 minutes to explain the HTTP protocol. Then we use the new slide which I just uploaded. You can go and get it from Weber. The link is also on the YouTube chat, so if you want a quick direct link, you can just click on the YouTube chat there and then get the new slides, right? Okay, so we start. So again, just a quick refresher. This week we have been learning quite a number of protocols, starting with DHCP, which is the one that gives you dynamic IP. Then you have DNS, which is the guy doing the translations from the URL into the web IP address. So we have done that too. Now the next one is the HTTP protocol itself. Now this protocol, we are going to look at it in just like a brief overview. We not go into detail as what we learned for DHCP and DNS, because there is one separate subject on this HTTP itself where they will teach you how to do coding, how to design website, how to code your website. So this one is just an overview for the hypertext transfer protocol. Okay, now earlier we seen that we will go to browse the website and then you can see the website. So we learned already. First thing, before that can happen, your computer must ask the DNS server, what is the web IP, web server IP, which is hosting the website that now I want to see. And then after some translations, you get the IP and then you can get the website. So getting the website is using this HTTP protocol. Okay, now of course, you know lah, in order for you to see any website, you have to use a browser. Now, normally browser comes with a computer one. You don't have to install browser one. I don't think if you're using a MacBook, you open the new Mac, you see the Apple logo, and then you go in. There's Safari, which you can use to go to any website. If you're using a Windows computer, you have Microsoft Edge. Okay, and then you have Internet Explorer. That one, long time ago, we used Internet Explorer to download Google Chrome, like that. So those are browsers which you use to render the web page, and then you can see the website. So over here, as you can see, browser is actually like the mother of all programs, because this browser, as you can see here, it is like it can render many things, not just website. As you can see, there is HTTP, FTP, telnet, SMTP, and also on the here you can see HTML, JavaScript, and all that. So the interpreters that you see here, they are actually referring to the website. So normally website got a few kind of language. Most common one is HTML file or the PHP file, and inside this file there are JavaScript, so that you can see some animation where you can interact with the website which we'll go into more detail later. And then you see also got HTTP, FTP, all that thing. So you must know this browser is actually a very powerful program. It's like the mother of all programs, because you in the next slide you can also appreciate this slide. This is an example of a Google laptop. We call this the Chromebook. I don't know how many of you have a Chromebook. I think in Malaysia it's not very popular, because Chromebook is just like your computer, but it's not running on Windows, not running on Mac, but it's running on Google Chromium browser. So the whole idea of Google Chromebook is that it is just a browser, but you can do many things, like you can do Word file, edit Word file, create video and all that. Okay, in here it's not popular because to use this kind of operating system, your internet must be very fast. Everything is on the server side one. So if you use it in Malaysia, especially Utah Wi-Fi, I think your computer cannot use already. So anyway, it's just for you to see the idea that browser is not just a program, but inside the browser itself, they can do many things, not just to see website, but to do other protocol. Like for example, HTTP. Now, if you ever download a file, right, you click Google Drive and then click download, and then the download start. Now that is running on HTTP download. If you have a NAS is something like a network attached storage. Then if you have something like your own server, and you want to download the file from the server, you use FTP. Now all the things that you do, whether you want to download a file or you want to do remote login with telnet or email, all this SMTP is email. Now all this you can do it in a website, in a web browser, sorry. Like how do you check your email? You can either use the Outlook, which is the program, or you use Google Chrome and then you go to gmail.com. So you see now you can see that in a browser is very powerful because browser is already like a computer. Or it can do so many things. Right. So let's go to the next one, which is the protocol itself. Now this time we are talking about HTTP protocol. Okay, this protocol is for sending and receiving hypermedia documents, which is like HTML. So hypermedia documents basically means the website. So for example, every time you go to browse to a website, before you see the website, all the website, how the layout lah, the color lah, the picture lah, the text on the website, we must code it first. That's why you have a job called web developer, which is the people who write the code for website. One day, I think if you are from IA, IB or DE, this is very likely to be your job. So you design website one. So again, you have either HTML or PHP. So here you see HTTP is very simple. Only two requests. Now for DHCP got 4, DORA. DNS got 2, DNS request, DNS reply. For HTTP also very easy too. HTTP request, this is where you ask the server to give me the website. Respond is the server find the website for you and send to you. That's why you can see the website. So you can see here, the visualization is very clear one. I use my computer, I use my browser, which is Chrome, and then you see it's a get or post. Now this one, in the future, you'll learn more about HTTP methods. Methods means that when you want to talk to a web server, there are many different commands that you can use. If you want to get a website, then we use the get, and then main.html is the name, the file name of the HTML file, which is actually the main page of the website. Then you see this is the post. Now if a post means that you want to log in, for example, you key in your username and password, then this is a post. Now this is just a very simple example. Then you have a HTTP response 200 OK, means that now it sends you the website. So the 200 here is just another code. Now for example, if you try to go to find a website and then it's success, you can see the website means it's 200. Now if the website you want to see cannot be displayed, then it's 404. So there are different error code. Now again, in our scope, you do not have to worry about that. Just the concept of request and response, that's it. Okay, then you see another web page that you want, the main.html, send to your computer. Then after that, your Google Chrome will render it and then you will be able to see the website already. Okay, now the next thing which is just about the HTTP path. So over here, we are trying to show you, okay, can you see the slide or not? Why I only see myself talking one? Wait. You can see the slide, right? Can you see the slide? Wait, I refresh a bit. Okay, good. Now can already. Okay, so here this is the path. Now, path is what we learned from the DNS earlier. So you know that every time you want to see a website, you need to know the web address. So for example, now if I want to go to IKEA website, then in my web browser, I need to type ikea.com like that. Then I can see the website. And when we do that, DNS translation is happening on the background. Okay, so now over here, what we want to show is a web address structure can be very simple or can be very complex. Now, normally a web address structure is like that. You can see from the slide here, it always start from a protocol. Now, here we are talking about HTTP, which is running on port 80. So the protocol is either HTTP or HTTPS, which is the secure version, right? So that's why you see your web address is always start with HTTP or HTTPS one, depending whether this is a secure website or not. After that, you will see the host. Now this host is actually the server which you put the website. So this can be an IP address or can be a domain name. Now let's look at this one again. So you see over here, let's say I use Utah as example, or Utah better. So we use Utah as example. So this is the Utah official website, https utah.edu.my. So now the server which is hosting this website, now you can see this is actually this server here, utah.edu.my. Now if I click on anything, like for example, I click on this apply now, okay, then I go to see the website, then you will see that the web address become longer and longer. This is because some of this is to point us to the website in the server. Now you must know that server is just a computer. Just like your computer, the file can be everywhere. You see now, you see your desktop, is it got a lot of file? Everywhere here got a bit, here a bit. Server also like that one. So it means that when you want to see a website, he must go and find where is the file, whether it's in this folder or that folder, and then he send the file to you. And to do that, we actually look at this path one. Or you see, for example, here, admission.utah.edu.my. Now this thing here is actually the host. So I can paste it here, then you can see lah. Now this is the host, means that this whole thing is actually the server. Now to show this to you, now I will use my command prompt, and I do an ns lookup of this address. Okay, you see now, the address is 121.123.29.55, which is the public IP address of Utah server. So it means that right now the website that you want to see is hosted on a web server having the IP 121.123.29.555. So this thing and this thing, they are equal to each other. So this thing and this thing is equal, right? Just that one is the domain name, one is the IP address. So now you see already, the host here means that where is the server? Or where is the server? If it is IKEA, then I need to know what is the IP address of the IKEA server. Then the third one, okay, you look at the third one here, this is talking about the port number. So very easy to remember, for any web page, the port, okay, you see how I write the port? I use a double colon. See, this is a double colon. Can you see that? Okay, see this double colon and then followed by a number. Now for web page, it's always port 80 or port 8080 depending on whether it's secure or not. So one example is like that. So here you see this 8080 is the port, this port here, and then the path. So the path for this example is, now I want to apply, so I want to see this web page apply now, where you can put in your step 1, step 2, how you pay Utah money, how you let Utah earn money, and then how you pay my salary, all this. So this is the web page. So basically what it means is that this website is what you want. This website is now inside a server. The server is this server, and the IP of the server is what you see earlier, 121.123.29.55. So if you can reach this server, then you can ask him to send this to you. So when your browser get this file, he can render it, then you can see this website already. Okay, so this is one example. Now another example will be if you're running on HTTPS, most of the time these are the same except the port will be 443. If this is a secure one, you see got one S here. Now S here means secure version, means cannot hack one. Cannot hack one. So you see Utah is so secure, you cannot hack Utah. But the port will be different. This is 443. So this is just to show you the path, because most of the time we know how to type this, but we may not know how to interpret this. So now you know. The first part is the protocol, whether it's a normal version or the secure version. This is the host, which is the server, and this is the file inside the server. Okay, alright, so now which brings me to the next slide. This is talking about two different HTTP. As you've seen, there are actually two versions. One is HTTP and one is HTTPS. You can read yourself here what is the difference now. So basically HTTP is if the web developer didn't take datacom one or didn't take cybersecurity, then the website is HTTP, not secure. HTTPS is the secure one, means that it's more difficult to hack inside. So as you also see, the port will be different. If you're running on a normal HTTP, it is port 80. If HTTPS is port 443. So in a normal version, it is actually vulnerable to man-in-the-middle attack. Later I'll explain to you what is man-in-the-middle attack. Okay, but in a secure version, the data are encrypted, which is why if you try to hack, it's more difficult, because now you need a key to decrypt whatever we are sending and receiving, right? The password is sent in plain text, and for HTTP, plain text means that it's not encrypted lah. HTTPS means that only the authorized user can see the content. Now, so from here, just to summarize it in a nutshell, it just means that HTTPS is better, more powerful in terms of security, more difficult to hack. Later I'll explain one by one. I give you example, okay, for this one. Right, so the next thing about HTTP is, for the next slide, this is to show you that this is how far we have come now. So in the very early days, our website is called Web 1.0, and then now we got Web version 2, and recently is Web 3.0. Okay, recently, okay. Right now, if you are watching this YouTube video, you are actually using Web 2.0. So just to illustrate this for you, you can see this lah. actually when we first started, when the internet is still very slow, the website don't have many picture one because internet so slow already. I still want to waste my bandwidth to load the picture, wait until tomorrow, right? So only got text. So normally last time the website look like that one, like that only. For example, if this is my website, it's only text based mostly. And in Web 2.0, this is where things become different. Okay, now 2.0 means that now you see, last time the font like that, now the font also can change. So now you can do some formatting already. You can change the color, the text style, the font style, the font, and then the size of the font. You can animate, you can add a picture, like what a picture you see here, beluga here, and then you can also do interactive thing. So eventually after that, people do things like this. Now you can also do input output already. So normally last time the website is just to provide information, is to tell you, you read, you go, you see things, and that's it. But now it's different. On a website, I can download file, I can upload file, I can even play games on a web browser, right? So that is input output. So that is actually Web 2.0, where you can also stream YouTube video and things like that, and then you can also have this input output already. So you can actually see how far we have come from a text one to a picture based, and then now we have an input output. Now Web 3.0 is something new, which is starting to take off, but it's not happening yet. Web 3.0 is more like for blockchain one. So guys, if you have heard about this thing called blockchain, now you know that right now all the website, the web economy, people grow rich from the web is because of a few company. If you come to your mind, you will think like what? Apple, YouTube, Netflix, Amazon, Google, all that. Because you see, like for Google, if you try to search, they will show you some ads, and this is how they make money. If you go to you want to watch a video, you have to go to YouTube, and then they play you ads. That's how you get money. So for example, YouTube in Web 2.0, if today I make this video and then I want to earn money, I want to monetize this video, then YouTube will take a cut, right? Depending on the view, like 100 view only, I can get maybe 50 cents. Then later I can, during my dinner, I can order one sweet cha, like that only. Cannot do much because YouTube take all the money and he pay me a bit of incentive. Of course, this video is not monetized. Everything here is free. I didn't try to earn money here. But anyway, that's the point of Web 2.0. Now in Web 3.0, people don't want already because we feel like as a content creator, why I want to work so hard and then people take my content and sell it and then pay me money. So 3.0 is that in the future, the content creator themselves will own the video, for example, in video streaming. So we don't do YouTube anymore. You want to watch my video, there are other websites which hosting my video, and then you go there, you watch it, all the money come to me. That's Web 3.0. It will work based on cryptocurrency and blockchain. But that one is for the future lah. It's too far away, so I don't want to talk about that. Okay, so last thing about HTML is the HTTP is the HTML. So now we have learned how it works already. The reason you can see a website is because your browser send a HTTP request, and then the response give back to you the HTML file. So HTML file is actually the code for a website. How a website looks like, whether got picture got video got GIF is what you put inside the code. HTML is a very one of the most common one. So you can see there is HTML to build websites and define their structures. There is also CSS. Now CSS is to make the website look pretty by adding a styling option, which is what I showed you earlier. Just now, the Web 2.0 example, I show you that now you can have picture already. Now JavaScript is when you want to have running a, let's say input output, like key in the password username, that's when you need JavaScript, okay? So I won't go into too much detail on the website HTML because this is not the scope. There is one subject will teach you how to do your website one. Okay, so I think that's it for HTTP protocol. You should know that why we need this, and then in order to do that, you will need the HTML file or the PHP file. Alright, okay, now if you okay, let me know on the chat, then we'll go on to the next concept. So we have two more to cover. One is telnet, one is SSH, and then that's it, finished. Okay, so you let me know if you're okay. Now actually also I just want to show you now this is a website. Normally HTML is like that. When you want to see this website, behind this website there are code one. Normally you want to see the code, you can just do something like on the Safari it's called show page source. Then you can see these are all the code. So of course we are human now, we don't want to read this code lah. I want to see the beautiful website. But who is going to write all these things? You lor. The one who take web design in FICT. You are the guy who going to do it. So in the future people will pay you money to do their website lah. But of course you will have to be good in that, because you see website is a lot of code. Like right now, if you are good, you can do a lot of beautiful thing. See, I can also do hacking in website. You see now, this iPad is 64 gig. Maybe the size is too small, I'm not happy. But if you know how to do web coding, you can change the code. You see, then I can get free iPad. Let me try this. See, can you see, iPad mini, I want iPad mini Pro Max Ultra, and then I want 99999 gig. Save this file. Then we render this file again. See, wow, free iPad coming soon. See that? iPad mini Pro Max Ultra 999 gig, unlimited storage, cannot finish already. I call this hacking. Right, so this is a bit about HTML file. So in the future, you'll learn about the syntax, and then you know, okay, where to edit, where to put the picture and things like that. Right, okay, so we go to the next slide. The next slide is the one that I just shared on the YouTube chat. So if you just join us, please check on the YouTube live there, got one chat box, got one link. You click there, you can get this file, or you go to Weber, also got. Okay, so before that, I see whether got any Q&A or not. Yeah, get happiness for a few seconds, because that is only local, meaning that on the Apple server is still 64 gig. Okay, right guys, so I hope you have the new slide already. Let's go into the next one, which is on remote login. So I try to finish this in 40 minutes hopefully. Now remote login is a very important concept, especially this day. After the pandemic, wow, everyone want to work from home, work from Starbucks, work from I don't know, work from beach, work from hotel. Now that is why now this day remote login is taking off. So from the name you can guess, remote login basically means you can connect to a device which is in another location. Remote means far away so you try to log into a device which is far away from you. Now I can give you an example. Let's say right now I have a router here. We learned already router is very important, because router is the DNS server. He will do the translation for you, as I told you this morning. Router is also the DHCP server, the guy who gives you the IP address. Now router is also the one who allow you to connect to the internet, right? Because no router then no internet. We learned this before already. So now I do a bit of unboxing again. That's why you know router is important. If I take out the router, then no internet already. If I take my router out, then no more internet. It will be okay. So now we learned this already. The next part will be, let's say this one, this guy is what allows us to go in there. So I take out, then it will be hang already. No, I'm just kidding. So here, over here, right now, the next thing is I want you to look at the back of a router. Now remember that previously when I first show you the router, I show you that is a cable which you can connect here, and then you connect this thing to a computer. So from there you can set the command, you can set the IP address, you can set routing and all that on this kind of router, right? Okay, that is one way. But there is one more way that today I want to teach you, is that you actually can connect to a router without having to connect the console cable. Actually, you can just remote log in into this router and then you can set up the router, just like how you would do if you connect a console cable. It's exactly the same thing, and this is actually a more convenient way. Okay, so now before we start, I want to give you a few examples of remote login so that you know what we are getting to lah. Okay, you see remote login, like I said, this router can also be your HTTP server, your FTP server. It can be a lot of server, right? So you see, it's a way for us to remotely access and control a computer or a device over a network connections. When a user log into the remote system to perform tasks, access resources, as they are physically present there. So it means that now with this remote login, we can work on any device which is in another location. I don't have to be beside the computer anymore, but I can use the computer one. That's called remote login. Okay, it's used for remote access management of servers, networking device. Now you see networking device, which is what I just showed you. I can actually remote log into this router, and then I can set up this router. I don't have to be beside this router to do it. Okay, and other equipment that has to be accessed and maintained. Okay, so you can imagine now you know what is remote login already. So in a very simple way, remote login means that it allows you to connect to other computer. For example, let's say I have a device which is just next to me. Then you are very lazy. The device is 2 steps away from me. I don't want to walk over there. It's just there. So I can remote log into that computer just next to me. It's the same one. That is remote login. Okay. So now, of course, normally what we remote login is computer or router. Now for computer, mostly it's like that. Last time when I was working in Dell, remember I told you I was working in Dell as tech support. So one of the things that I get most of the time is to help people fix their computer. So they call in and say, hello, hey, can you help me to clear my browsing history, like that, because they don't know where to click. So instead of you go and tell him, okay, you open this, you click this, the easier way is you just say, now give me control of the computer. I go in, I click for you. It's faster. That's remote login. The other example is what you will learn in your lab. You will do a telnet connections to your router so that you can configure the router from another location. Okay, so you get it? Get what I mean? Ready? Now, then we will look at the next line. It's a useful tool for system administrator, network engineer, and other IT professional who need to perform tasks on multiple devices remotely. So you can also imagine, like let's say today, this is real story based on true story. In Utah, we got 2 campuses, Sungai Long and Kampa. So today, right now, if I'm teaching in Kampa and suddenly Sungai Long got problem, the router spoiled, they call, hey, can you help me to troubleshoot the router? How do I go there? Assuming the router is still online, it's still reachable or something. Now, if I want to drive there, it take me 2 hours. For me, it's 1 hour. Fast and furious. But anyway, the distance is very far. I need time, and I need time to come back also. So rather than do that, why not I just remote log into the router in Sungai Long, then I can do the configurations here in the Kampa campus. That is remote login. So people can work from home, like that. Okay, now you see the yellow color text. Remote login got many types. It is a concept. It is not a tool. Remote login is a concept, like what I show you. So many examples I give you already. But to do remote login, you need to find the right software. So there are some software which is command based, and there are some software which is UI based. So you can see here, telnet and SSH, this is the 2 things we want to cover today. Both of these are command only. Means that you have to be very pro in typing command. The rest like RDP, VNC, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, all these also remote login. You know that Zoom, I can control your screen. If you call me, I can remote login and control you. That one is got UI, means that you got mouse and you got keyboard, right? So in networking, there are always 2 group of people. One group of people is the guy who very like command one. Everything they do, they use their keyboard. They type here because they like the sound. ASMR, it's a very happy sound. There are other group of people, they only use mouse because they don't know the command. And then if you ask them to use the keyboard, they like that. And then they type like that, slowly, one hand like that. That one cannot. But anyway, it's really up to you because they do the same thing. Right? So in year 1, we are going to teach you the command one, which is telnet and SSH. Now when you go to cyber security, we will teach you the UI one. Okay? So let's look at the concept of this telnet, as you can see from this slide. Now telnet SSH, I need you to be clear first. For the end user, they are the same. Means that they are a service which you use to connect to a computer which is in another location. So for the end user, they cannot tell a difference. If I ask you, today you connect to other computer from your own computer, right? Like for example, you are in Utah Kampa campus and you have some data in your computer in your hostel that you forget to bring. You can just remote log in there and then download. But from the front end, you cannot know whether this is telnet or SSH. They are the same, which is just to allow you to remotely log into another computer. But today you will see in the back end is very, very different. Okay, how it is different is because they have different security. Okay, we start with the easy one, the telnet first. Telnet is a network protocol that allows you to remote access and control another device over a network connection. Means that it has to go through the internet. Okay, now this one is there for very long already. It's one of the early days when we start to do remote login. Now, in order to do that, you need a telnet program, or you can also use a command prompt or a terminal. Okay, so let's look at one example here. Now, so that means right now, if you want to use telnet, there are two ways. Let me show you example first. The first example is you use this. Very familiar, this thing looks familiar because this one is from your lab 1. In lab 1, exercise 9, if I remember correctly, 8 or 9, you log into telnet and SSH using this program we call Putty. Putty is a very cute small program. Now, so actually it means that if you want to log into that computer, first thing you need is the IP address of the destination. So example, now I want to log into your computer. I need to ask you what is your IP. Then I type your IP address here and I choose. If I want to use telnet, I will click here. If I want to use SSH, I click here, then click open. It means it will open the connections to you, and then I will go inside a computer and then I can control you. I can do everything I like. I can delete your file I can create file for you, I can do anything just like it's my own computer already. So this is the program. But regardless of what you do, in the end it's still command. If you go in, it's command based. Or I can also do something like this. I can do a telnet and then followed by 203.0.113.0. It's the same thing. So one is you use a program, one I use a command prompt. Okay, now that's how we access a telnet. Now the next thing is I want to explain to you packet trace. Okay, how telnet works. Okay, you see right now, this is very important guys. If you just wake up or you are going to fall asleep, please only listen to this slide. This is the most important slide from this lecture. I want to show you how telnet actually works. So over here, we have an example where I have two computers trying to do a remote connections. First, this guy 192.168.1.1. I want to log into the Utah server. Means that I want to control the Utah server. This is my computer at my home. Okay, the IP of Utah server is 10.10.10.10. Now, the example here is like that. Now, when I connect, I need an account. I need user account, just like you go into Weber or you go to log into your Gmail, you also need to put in your username and password. So it's the same thing, right? The username here is Avo, and the password here is Dua, my girlfriend name, Dua Lipa. So now you see, I want you to see how this connection happened. Now, the very first thing is you need to use the putty or the command prompt, which I just showed you. You type the server IP, then you will telnet to that server. In this example, is telnet 10.10.10.10, which is the server IP. Then you see, once the server knows someone is trying to connect to me, I will ask you what is your username and password first. Of course, that cannot be anyone. If anyone, then everyone who know my IP can go in already, right? So I still need to authenticate you. So the next thing is I will have to send in my password and username so that I can know whether you are legit or not. If you are legit, then you are in and then you can control me. So you see now, the example that I'm showing you is actually, I just show you the password, but supposingly I need to send my username first, then only I send my password. Okay, guys, so to clarify, right now the example you are seeing is I skip ahead already. I didn't show you the username part, I show you the password straight away. Okay, so it means that after I type in my username, now I type in my password DUA, I send. So the very important thing about telnet is, you see here, it sends the username and password in plain text. Now, plain text means that it's the original format. no encryption. So it means what I send is what you receive. If I send you A, you receive A. There is no encryptions that happen in between. Okay, so let's say someone stole your data, they will also see what you send because it's a plain text. Now the other opposite here is ciphertext, means that encrypted message. Okay, later I'll show you how we do this lah. Okay, now coming back to this example, the next one is telnet send one character at a time. So there is a problem with telnet. I wouldn't say it's a problem, it's just the way it is designed. Now if I send the password DUA, he cannot send DUA at one block, cannot send together. He has to send one character at a time, means that you have to send D first, and then it send U first, and then it send A. Okay, so this is what happened with telnet. Right, so you can see that visualization here. The user send a D because that is the first character of my password dua. Okay, it's not case sensitive, forgive me about the case. Right, so it's a D here. Now next thing, see, the server will reply, and he replied another D, which is what I just sent to you. So in telnet, you must always remember, telnet there is an echo. Echo means that what you send to me, I will make a copy and I send it back to you exactly what you just sent to me, which you will find a bit weird. Don't ask me why I didn't design this, but this is how it works. So you look at this. After I send the first character D, the next character of my password is U. Dua U. So now I send U. The client sent to the server. At the same time, the server reply the U back to you. So the last one is the same. I will send A from the client to the server, and the server reply A. So this is how it works. You must always remember, this is the characteristic of telnet, which means that whatever you send, even though whether it's a username or a password, what you send, they will make a copy back to you. Right, so this is telnet. Now I have one real world example to show you, so that you can really see I didn't make this up, this is real one. Okay, so over here, this is an example where a user is trying to log in to a router. So a user log in to router. The username is Cisco and the password is Cisco, right? And the user telnet into router. So we know two things. The password will be in plain text, and then it will echo the character. Okay, this is the password. This is how telnet it is lah. Okay, so you see here. Where is my Wireshark? Oh, missing already. Okay, so what happened is during this time when he tried to log in, I spy on him. Now this is a program called Wireshark, which is actually a spying tool. You will learn about this tool in lecture 9. Lecture 8 and lecture 9, I will teach you how to use this tool. So I use this tool and I actually steal the data, or I know what you are doing on the internet one. Right, so you can see from here, I try to filter all the telnet password. Now you see, I want you to focus on this part here. Based on the theory of what we just learned, we know that if I log in and if someone try to steal your data, he will also see your username and password. Okay, and worse is because this is plain text, I can see exactly what you sent. You see here, we try to check the packet one by one, and at one place now you can see start already, log in. Log in means that I try to put in my password, then the next packet is a C. Right, so you can start to rebuild whatever that you get. So it means that now I saw a character C, then I see the next packet, I move down. You see what? That's another C. So means that now this C here, I got 2 C already. The first C is the client sent to the server. Then there's another C, which is the server sent back to the client. So we don't want this, because now I'm trying to rebuild the password. Then I go to the next packet here. You see I. So here, there's the next character. Now if I analyze further, I will see the next character here is another I. So the first I is the client sent to the server, and the server replied I back. So that's 2I. So you see, I go to the next one, I see the next character is S. From here you can start to guess the password already. Of course you know, I just told you. right? So you see the next packet is another S. So one S is client to server, the other S is server back to the client. Then I go to the next one, I see the next character is C. Then the next one supposedly is C again, server one. Then the last one is O. There's the next one is O, not last one, next one. Then you see the next one, O. So the first O is client to server, the second O is server reply to client. So you see from here I can see what? RN means finish. So I can know already, actually your password is Cisco. Wow, like that safe or not? Very dangerous leh. Means that next time anyone want to spy on you, they can know your username and password. This is the problem with telnet. Plain text is very insecure. Okay? But anyway, people still use telnet because it's it's the cheapest way to do. Cheapest means that it's very fast. Now because of this problem, now the next part, the next protocol, which is the last concept of today, is Secure Shell, SSH. This is an upgrade to telnet in order to fix this problem. We don't want people to know what I send and what I receive, especially my username and password. So dangerous. What if my username is also the same with my public bank one, and then my Instagram and everything? So you know my one password, you can go to all my service. You can help me withdraw money already, right or not? So this is very, very dangerous. So that's why we have SSH, right? Okay, so any questions for telnet before I move to the last concept on SSH? Let me know on the chat. I try to answer a few questions first. Right, so we will go to the next part on SSH. Let's see how SSH is different, okay, how it works, and then I will show you the power, the magic behind how this is so good. Okay, any questions? No questions, I move on. Why this look like a spider from Australia? Yes, because it's high security router. If I put it this way, it is a spider. This is in security mode. Okay, no questions, no question. I assume that I explained very clear. That's why no question. Okay, we go to the next part on SSH. Okay, now all these things I don't want to go through, because if you really read, you will find that it's the same with telnet. Because like I said, it's doing the same job as what telnet is doing, is to allow you to remove login. Except there's only one major difference. You see here, is to securely connect. Securely means that now you have to authenticate first with you see the username and password with a public key and private key. Now this is the concept of networking, where cybersecurity, where you need to have two keys. We call this public key cryptography, in order to know whether you're really the real user or not. So now you don't have to worry too much about this. You just have to know that it's a secure version of telnet. Okay, now so the difference here you will see mostly in how it works. First, right now when you use SSH to log in, right, it is sending in ciphertext. So meaning that now it is no longer using plain text. Ciphertext means that I have to do encryption first before I send out. So in a way, if someone in the middle stole your data, we call this the man in the middle attack, it is fine, because what they steal is just something that doesn't look like your original password, so they cannot understand what you're trying to send. Later I have another example for you. Okay, now the second thing here is, this time the password and username is sent as a block, so it's no longer one character at a time. Just now you see, so 麻烦 one, if my password is very long, then I have to send so many packets, right? Now SSH no more, we immediately send the whole thing. So send password, send username, one packet. Okay, so now you see how it works. So over here, the same setup, I'm trying to do a SSH login. Now you notice that now the command is slightly different. Telnet is very easy. When we do telnet, we do like that, telnet 10.10.10.10. Then you have to put in username, Cisco, password, Cisco, like that, right? Okay, in this example is Avo and Dua. So I just use the example here. Okay, so now tell SSH is a bit different because now the command is there is some options first, and then your username, and then the server IP. So the command, as you can see, is a bit longer. So for example, ssh-l, this is a command for us to put in the username. So because my username is AWO, I will write AWO. Then I put at, it's like Gmail, your name at Utah, at same one. Also at the 10.10.10.10, which is a server IP. Now, of course, you don't have to know this command. This command is for cyber security one. I just show you the concept. Then you log into the server already. So this is a bit different. Now, the next thing is I will have to send my password because now the server knows someone is trying to connect. So I need to authenticate you first, whether you are legit or not. So what is the password? What is the password? Give me. Now, you notice one thing. I don't ask for your username because as you just see here, when I log in, when I try to log in, I already tell you my username here. So now the server only asks you for the password. So basically what you need to do is just send the password DUA in one block, not one character, and then that's it. Okay, now you notice there's one extra step. Because you read the second statement, the first one is in ciphertext. Ciphertext means that if my password is DUA, before I send, I need to do one thing called encryption. So encryption basically means you translate that thing into another thing. DUA, I change it to XYZ, for example only. So I send XYZ instead of I send my real password DUA. Now when the receiver receives this, he is able to make this XYZ back to DUA if you have the key. Alright, this is come later. Later I got my example. Now, means that let's say now someone stole your password. What they stole is XYZ, is not DUA. So when they try to log in with your password, they type XYZ, they cannot log in one. You get what I mean? Because this is not a real password. It already has been encrypted. Right, okay, so this is what we mean by encryptions, and this is how SSH is more secure than telnet. But of course, with great power comes great responsibility. SSH is a bit slower because there are extra steps for you to authenticate the user first. So basically, this is how you choose. If you think that no one is going to hack you, you use telnet. If you think that I got a lot of people who want to hack me, got many people don't like me, then you use SSH. But like for me, I also use telnet because you think you are who? You are not Pei Yong, you are Justina, you're not influencer or whatever, no people care, right? Our problem is no people care, it's not people want to care. So that depends on your use case. If you are worried about hacking, you use SSH, right? So that is how they are different. So now that you have seen telnet and SSH, I want to explain the last concept, which is on encryption. This is really last. I know in my lecture I say a lot of last, but this is the last, the really last one. Okay, now I want to explain to you encryption so that you know how SSH can be better, more secure than telnet, how it actually happened. And before that, I want to show you an ad from Apple on privacy. That's why you know how important this is. This video is sponsored by Apple.
The next sale is a digital treasure trove charming Ellie's private data.
What?
Lot number one, her emails. The one she's opened and read, wonderfully personal. Let's start at 240, 260, 280. Sold. Lot number two, Ellie's drugstore purchases. Voila! Priceless data. Do I hear 480? 500. Sold. Her location data. It's not creepy, it's commerce. Do I hear 600? 620, 640. Sold.
Nana?
All her contacts, even sweet Nana. Sold at 740. Receipts and statements. Her browsing history. Her late-night texting habits. Sold. And now the one you've all been waiting for, and I can promise you won't be disappointed.
Alright, so now you've seen already, very important. So you see, that is the difference of privacy. That's why you should always buy iPhone. Now, what my point here is that if you use telnet, then they can know. SSH, they cannot know, because if secure, even they try to steal something, they cannot really see what's inside. Okay, so right now, the way all these things work is because of encryptions and decryption. So we are actually going into a bit on cyber security lah. But again, we are looking at overview. This is just a concept. Now, how do we make sure what you send to a server or send to your friend can only be received by you and the receiver that you want? Now, you must know encryption is not on all devices. I'm not saying your Android is not good. It's not you don't use iPhone, we cannot be friends, not like that. But it's just that iPhone is better in terms of protecting your privacy. You see, if you use Google phone, now I talk about something, later the ads come out for that thing already. I say today why weather so hot, then later ice cream come up. So this is how they know it's targeted ads, right? Now, how hacker, like for example, without encryption. Okay, I give you one simple example. When we say that a device or a service is affordable or maybe cheaper, sometimes it's not really cheaper. You must know that if something is cheap, means that they are actually paying from other things. They are actually funding this from other source. Like a device is cheaper is because maybe they are selling you. They are selling your browsing history. So you are actually the product, right? You are the product of Google product, and they are selling your information. And if you don't want that, encryptions come into the picture lor. So encryption is like without encryption. If I log into public bank, okay, bank sure must encryption because it's money ma. But if public bank don't have encryptions, then the hacker stole my file. He will see my balance, my bank account, how much money I have left. But if that happen, then the hacker will come to me and say, hey, don't be sad lah, brother. Be strong, be strong. If a hacker see my bank account, he will tell me to be strong. Only few ringgit left. But the point is that if I encrypt, the hacker will still hack me one. But when he hack me, he cannot see my amount. He can only see that I try to go into public bank. That's it. What happened inside, they cannot see already. That's the power of encryptions. Now, encryptions got many levels. Okay, as you can see here, unencrypted means that plain text. Here I got 3 examples. The first one is no encryptions. Now, if there is no encryptions, a server sends a data to a receiver. Immediately, it sent through the router. All the yellow color one you see here are routers lah. So imagine that this goes through a few hops of router and then it goes to the receiver. Now, in this case, if someone in the middle stole the data, they will get this file. Now, we move on to the next example. If you look at the next example here, I have a first level encryption. This is called applications level. This is not the strongest one, but it's actually good enough lah. So applications level means that your apps will do the encryptions for you. So normally, the encryptions happen at the host and the destination. So means that not all the router will be doing the encryptions. For this example, you see, the 2 green color one is the router for the sender and the router for the receiver. So this one happen at your own, is just like one hop only. It's your own one. So you can imagine like that. Sometimes your application use HTTPS. HTTPS is an applications level encryptions. So means that the file that you send is already encrypted, but when they travel across many routers, they may still be vulnerable one lah. So this is like they encrypt your data. If I send a picture, that picture will be encrypted. But other things will not be encrypted, like your TCP header, your IP header, all this will still be seen by people. Now, the best encryption is the end-to-end encryptions. Means that if you want to send to the receiver, we will encrypt the whole path. So meaning that the guy that want to send already know all the routers to reach the destination, and every router in between must establish what we call a tunnel. So a tunnel means that it will have a full end-to-end encryptions. So as the data get encrypted and sent, you go into the tunnel, no one in the middle can get hacked. Everyone is in a tunnel. So this encryption means that I'm encrypting the whole thing, the whole packet, including your header and all that, except IP header you don't encrypt because you need to know how to go to the destination. So the rest is all encrypted. So that's the strongest one. Now, one example is that if you check your WhatsApp is using end-to-end encryptions. Meaning that if you don't believe me, now you open your WhatsApp, You see, when you try to send a picture or a message to your friend, on top they got one message. WhatsApp is using end-to-end, which is the strongest one, because Mark Zuckerberg say, a lot of people say Mark Zuckerberg cannot be trusted. They always sell our data. So Mark Zuckerberg angry already. He make WhatsApp end-to-end encryption. But whether you want to trust me or not, I don't know lah. So that's the point. That's the meaning of end-to-end encryptions, right? Now we have a few more slides to go. This slide, okay, now this slide is just to illustrate to you the protocol that we have. So now you know about encryptions already. Now the next thing you need to know is, for most networking service, like your website, HTTP, FTP, and all that, email, they always got two versions. One is the not secure and one is secure. Now for example, HTTP is the not secure. The secure version is HTTPS. FTP, for file transfer, you have FTPS. Telnet, you have SSH. SMTP, this is for email, you have SMTPS. Android, you got iOS. So Android, no lah, this is, the last one is not real. Last one is just, it's not a real example. Okay, actually Android also secure, just that Apple is even more secure, like that only. Alright, so now for the last concept of today, this is last one already. I want to show you a visualization on how encryptions work, including the two keys that you've seen earlier, the public key and the private key. And by the end of this example, you understand, oh, okay, this is how encryption happens. Okay, now encryption is a process of converting a plain text, which is a readable text. For example, if I send a password to what? Right, this is the plain text. Okay, plain text. Using a key. The key is a secret value that is used to encrypt and decrypt the data. So you see there's two processes here, encrypt and decrypt. So if you can do encryptions, then you should be able to do decryptions. Otherwise, you encrypt, then you cannot decrypt, then I cannot open the file. It's like you lock the file, then you don't have the key to open, ready forever lock. Right now? Okay, so the process of encryption is to make the data to be unreadable to anyone who does not have the key, thus ensuring the confidentiality and the security. So right now, okay, in this example, it's a very simple example. I want to send a picture, a Mona Lisa picture, or this is a very expensive picture, worth billion. So if I want to send, the owner will see the Mona Lisa. In the view of encryptions and decryptions, we must encrypt. So encrypt basically means that I make this thing into something else that is not original one. Like in this case, we want other people to see the Mona Lisa is like that. This one, Mr. Bean Lisa. This one. If you stole it, you also don't want to hang this on your wall. If not, you cannot sleep at night, right? Not? Okay, so Mona Bean. Wow, that's a very good name, Mona Bean. This is generated by DALL-E. Okay, so you see, the process from the original to the Mona Bean is called encryptions. Now, again, this must always be two-way. So if you can go do that, the Mona Bean must also be decrypted back to Mona Lisa, like that. So there is encrypt and decrypt. So you get the idea or not? Basically, encrypt means that we change that thing into something else that is no value one. You steal also, you no use one. You steal for what, I also don't know. Okay. Now in the whole diagram is like that. If I want to send this picture over, I will have to encrypt. So now you see during the encryption there is a key. That key is used to lock. Now this key, two people will have it, the sender and the receiver. So after I do the encryptions, it becomes Mona Bean, and what I send is not the original picture. Instead, I'm sending this encrypted version. And the legit receiver, when he get it, he will decrypt it using the same key. So you see the two keys is the same one. This is called a symmetric key. You'll learn more in CyberStack. So now after that, I'll get back the original picture. So what happened here is that anyone in the middle who's ever stole this thing, you will just get a Mona Bean, which I don't think anyone will want it, right? No? Maybe Mr. Bean will want it. Okay, so that is the whole point of encryptions. Now, so what does it mean in a real use case? Okay, you see here. I give you last two examples. Today, this is the last two examples already. Okay, then the first one is the telnet. So you see here, the user want to connect remote login. Okay, there is one attacker. We call this man in the middle. MITM is man in the middle. So the password is Tay. The username is Tay. The password is red. Now, if I send Tay over, let's say I'm trying to log in the username Tay. the attacker in the middle, if he happen to intercept this and he steal a copy, then I also get what you're sending, the tay, right? So it means that I know your username because it's in plain text. But in SSH, you see the same username and password. Now the difference is the tay before I send, I must encrypt into something else. Is some symbol like, it looks like, I don't know, I cannot read this, I'm not an alien, I cannot read this. So even attacker get, he also don't know, it's like garbage. Ciphertext is like garbage. So this is a ciphertext. Now you send this over. If the attacker steal this is what he get, which that is nowhere looking close to the original tay, right? So it's no use one. Now on the receiver side, I will do decryptions and I'll get back the tay because I have the key. Notice that there is one key here and one key here which is used for encryption and decryption. Now because the attacker don't have this key, I can never ever know the content because I cannot decrypt it. So that is the SSH. That is how SSH is different. Okay, so now the last slide, this is not very important. This is just to show you one thing is that today we have learned the most important thing is remote login. You know remote login means that I can now connect to a computer or a router which is in another location far away and I do my work here. But of course, this telnet and remote login is only to connect you. When you go in, you still need a username and password, which is some example that I showed you earlier. Because without password, then anyone with an IP can go in already. Now, this slide is just some recommendation to show you how to set password. Now, this is not to say very important, just some recommendation like some of the things that you should avoid because there's this thing called dictionary attack. Now, why we put this in is because SSH is very secure. So when people want to attack you, they cannot steal your data. What they can do is they can try to guess your username and password. Because now encryption, I cannot know what you send, what you receive already. So I need to guess one by one. This is called a brute force or a dictionary attack. So like for example, if today I stole a credit card in block N, I see there's a credit card on the floor, I take and then I want to go and withdraw money from the ATM machine. I will try the PIN number. The 6-digit, normally the 6-digit is what? Is your birthday, correct or not? Guilty? You feel guilty? Because I think your one also birthday, my one also birthday. Now you steal my card, you can get my money already. I think everyone also birthday. So this is dictionary, right? That means that when the hacker try to guess your password, they will try to guess the most common one, the most logical one. Now of course if you steal my card, you don't have to try to withdraw money because my card, the security is not in the PIN number. Is in the balance of the account. If you look at my account, you will say, yeah, never mind, I buy you lunch. So that is a PIN. Now, of course, Weber also got, you can try like most of the Weber. If I check here, the default password is your student ID also, or your birthday, right or not? Because nobody go care about Weber and you don't have to change the password of Weber. So you can try this. You can try the Weber for your lecturer. Maybe you can go in and you can delete all the 8 a.m. class, then no need to wake up so early, right? Now password for router also same. If you happen to have a router like me, the first time you go inside and I want to do a remote login inside, I type the IP address. Actually you can see the IP address from here. There's an IP here. So you connect here and then you go inside. You also need to put in the password. Normally it's admin if it is a new one. So how do I know? You can Google one, or like for example, if you want to log into your password, you can type in the IP address of your password. If you are already connected to the Wi-Fi, guys, it's very easy. You see there's a password here. You use the password here, the IP here. You connect to this IP. Then you can type the password. For example, this is TP-Link. You can see TP-Link default password like that. So assuming that it has not been changed, then you can actually see what is my password. Now you see it's admin. Then the username and password is admins. Wait, let me show you. So you can actually see now this is admin, right now. So this is how you know what is the password for your router. Like that. I call this hacking. That's how I hack other people's Wi-Fi. Right, so this is not something important, just a recommendation for you lah. Okay, so with that, I finished chapter 3 already. Yeah, very good. So to sum this up, chapter 3, actually what we are focusing on is a few important network service. Of course, there are so many more, which we cannot cover everything in Datacom, so we only do DNS, DHCP, HTTP, telnet and SSH got 5, which is very important. You should know how they work, the process, and then the step 1, step 2, and step 3, and all that. Okay, so if you are good, then that's all. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you very much. Next week there is no lecture class. This is a PSA announcement. Next week there is no lecture class because I think I told the class this morning, but I forget to tell the Monday one. I'm going to KL for a training. I want to train Maxis and TM engineer so that they can improve our internet. Whether success or not, I don't know yet. Okay, so I cancel all the next week lecture, and next week the lab also all cancel. Okay, so that's all. I will share the QR code for you now. Please give me a few minutes to generate and you can scan, and then after that I'll see you on week 7. Bye bye.
喂，
关上这城市所有的灯光，黑暗中专心闻你的发香。这夜晚让爱恋更有画面感，回想与你约会过的地方，都舍不得删，在脑海里储存欣赏。你微笑流浪，手机里的浪漫，原来真心相处还是这么简单。温馨荧幕上，你可爱的模样，关于缘分的解释，我又多传了一行。你微笑流浪，手机里的浪漫，原来爱情可以来得这么突然，短信的重量，就暧昧进那场，我们的感情蔓延至常，用文字培养，在虚拟土壤。电视上嘈杂的情歌还在拼命播放，我安静在闹区等来电铃响。
我知道，
有一些话打好了却不敢传，怕收到信息的你在为难，见到伤人造成